Welcome to the Haunted News Hour. I am your host, Count Vladislav Dracula, more commonly known in the community as Count Dracul. Have some interesting news lined up for you, so keep following the show closely. First up, let's address the controversies around Avakin and IMVU. According to my underworld sources, Avakin Life roleplay scene is being infested with men playing as females. Controversial as it is, there have been reports that the Bellums, from the Avakin underworld scene, had to kick out a member posing as a woman, but featuring male genitalia. Also on the news is the report of two controversial people returning to Avakin underground scene. They are known by the names of Edward Convinton and Carnifax, commonly known as Khan. Every diplomat from various covens have eyes on them to see what new drama they stir. My sources say they've behaved themselves thus far. Good job, boys. Keep up your manners, as I'd hate to punish you again. Next up is a vampire, who is the new babe magnet in the Avakin scene. He goes by the name, Just Fenny, but he has just the right tools to get your screws loose. Look at this undead. Look at his spikes. His style. It got some female loins crushing on his groins for sure. Claims are that he breaks hearts by refusing to discuss marriage issues. What would you say to him if you get the chance to meet him? Let me know in your comments. In the next news, I shall show you a shocking revelation by a girl named Tasha, who plays Avakin. I am glad people are coming out with their haunting stories on my Haunted News Hour show.
I was a pet, had shock collars. He would hit me, making me act like a dog or a cat, and if I messed up, he would shock me. I ran away. But I still have the collar. I can't get this thing off.
I bet that collar would come off easy, if the neck was cut neatly, just a centimeter below the lower collar border. If required, we can insist Dr. Frankenstein to do the operation himself. He is well known to bring his patients back to life.
Want to build the body of a god? Wish to show off your chiseled body to the crush? Don't want to waste time taking a shower before post-workout sex? Stop drooling, and start cooling, with shirtless fans.
Coming to our next section, let's admire and take time to acknowledge some artists, who have inspired the likes of many with their art. Dark or light, the themes have all had an inner meaning and a story behind them. Let's find out what goes on in the minds of the artists when they start on a project. I've surfed the dark corners of the community and found few of these hidden treasures for you to see. This piece of art is by Neff, who posted it on his official Instagram shown on the screen. When asked what was on his mind when he did this art, this is what he said.
Basically, I was thinking of portraying, and imbibing the message, of not hiding who you are. Just be yourself, and don't die regretting that you didn't live to know that you were yourself. It is always special to be who you are meant to be, rather than trying to be who someone else wanted you to be.
Then I moved on to find this piece of art, by Khaleesi, whose Instagram have been shown on the screen for art lovers to find. On being asked her thoughts when she was doing this art, here's what she said.
My inspiration was how it would look, if Little Red Riding Hood was able to get revenge on the wolf for what he did to her grandma.
And as Khaleesi was making an art about Red Riding Hood's revenge, Ghost Doll was making a Game of Thrones art, about Khaleesi. You can find her videos and art on Instagram. Details are on the screen. She says her inspiration was the very title, Mother of Dragons. Next up is an edit by Tess. It's her interpretation of an Ouija board-styled edit for a friend. She finds this genre of editing fun, as she has a lot to experiment in this area. I couldn't agree more with you, Tess. Keep rocking the dark side. On surfing through the countless edits on Instagram, I found this cute, dark-themed edit by Blood Demon. She has few of the most adorable edits themed around the dark side, and this one she titles, The Corpse Bride. When it comes to inspiration, she is fueled by the dark themes alone and doesn't discriminate or select a specific theme, but lets her dark side take charge of the art. That's a unique thing to do. Next up is an editor, whose dark-themed edits are fueled by songs. metex.iris.x, and her inspiration for this particular edit was Lips on You by Maroon 5. At the end of this section, for the first episode of the Haunted News Hour, I'd like to show you this edit by Emily. This is what she says about the edit, and the inspiration behind it.
This began when my good friend, Product.94 reached out to me, and Avakin for a collaboration, and I brainstormed the idea, that eventually became the hashtag Ultimate Collaboration 2019. It was inspired when Madeleine was going through a difficult time in her life, and Thalia decided to put this into a three-way collaboration. I suggested the theme of witches, and from there we created our masterpieces. The eye going into the pot in my edit symbolizes how friendship will always crush hatred, and the book I held was influenced by the burn book in Mean Girls. This is the book in which all the names of our haters go.
Everyone desires the small pleasures in life. Some tend to get impatient. This is when accidents happen. Small accidents can change life big time. Be protected, use protection. Lifesaver condoms, packaged insurance to enjoy the small joys of life.
The next section on the show is called Reflections, where we check out the video editors around Avakin and IMVU. Today we are going to check out Product's cult trailer, which is relatively recent at the moment. I've not watched it yet, keeping myself fresh to the experience of it. I'd like to thank Product for allowing me to react to her video.
Now, does this mean that Product is Illuminati confirmed? Yes, and I'm not even sure if I should be saying this because if it's true, they might come for me. I was actually... Hold on, my phone just... Something or someone is gonna come for me.
A visual delight for a dark man as me, and I'd like to congratulate Product upon creating such a wonderful piece of iconic. She keeps getting better with every passing video. I was fortunate enough to catch up with her and get a short interview out of it. Here's what she had to say regarding her upcoming work. Hello? Am I talking to Product?
Yes, that's me. What do you want?
This is Count Dracul from the Haunted News Hour. I just watched the trailer to your upcoming project about the cult. I loved it. I'd like to ask you a few questions regarding it for the viewers.
Alright. But at your own risk.
My first question to you is that, how did you come up with the idea for your film?
It came to me in a thrilling nightmare. I woke up with a sweaty face, my heart was racing and it was very late.
Can you tell us more about your upcoming project?
My upcoming project is about the theories and rumors about me and my cult. It involves an angry blogger trying to expose the cult for what it really is.
When making films, do you have anyone that inspires you?
Nobody inspires my movies. The only things I can create are the things that scare me, personally. I once had a nightmare where I was lying behind a truck and it slowly backed up onto my pelvis. My bones broke, and then the tires went over my neck, as my trachea was crushed.
You mostly deal with voice actors in your work. How hard is it to manage and cast the perfect voice?
I sometimes have to train actors, and coach them, through certain screaming lines or crying lines. Other than that, they're all super talented. I've never had to help Wolfmaster though. She's truly one of the best actresses I've had.
What's with the obsession of the cult with numbers?
Numbers are the perfect way to manipulate your thought process, but only to the profane.
We all hear so often about the lack of original content. How do you maintain your originality?
My content comes from my own nightmares. The subconscious mind can muster up a totally bizarre story and I take that and run with it.
Do you have any advice for new filmmakers?
Yes. My advice is to practice. It's the only way to get better. No matter how many tips you receive, practice will do the magic.
What can we expect in your upcoming project and when does it release?
My upcoming project is going to disturb you and make you question many editors in the community. It will be about the cult's true control over you all, with simple sounds, messages, colors, and numbers.
Good enough. your closing remark for your followers and fans?
Is it my final words that you want?
Yes, indeed.
Don't start drama. It's a waste of your energy, and will drain your health and happiness until you shrivel up into a dry, miserable corpse. I love you.
Well, that was product for y'all. Don't forget to check out her trailer, and don't miss out on her announcements for the date of release. Going into the commercials but coming back on the flip side with some cool fashion statements from the Avakin community. Stay tuned.
Has your husband been leaving for work without eating anything? Let's face it, you must suck at cooking. Divorce rates are going up these days, and about 52% occur due to such unfulfilled food cravings. Do you want to take that 48% chance, or do you want to feed your man at the table, the same way as he is fed in bed? Try semen cooking classes. Guaranteed results in 23.5 days.
Welcome back to the Haunted News Hour. And it's time for the fashionistas from around Avakin and IMVU to show off their styling sense with us. You decide which one you like the best, and don't forget to leave your favorite style icon name in the comments so that I may check them out. The fashionista, Lola Cola, is very well known for her stylish posts on Avakin Instagram. However, the simplicity with which she portrays her statement, that stars can't shine without darkness, captured my attention. Well done, Lola. Next up is a cool editor, whose style is very popular on both Avakin and IMVU. MfiamCalm sent in this picture from VU, which depicts his dark humor in stating that his heart was dark enough for all of us, but was white enough, which would translate to pure in this context, for himself. Next his Blood Demon, who is also an editor, with a mood-based styling technique. She sent in herself wearing a rocking gothic wear. She seems to rock the outfit for sure. Well done. Elena, from Avakin and VU, has a great taste in style. Her simple tastes define her elegant looks in all of her pictures. Here are two back-to-back features of her style, one from each game. If you like her dressing sense, don't forget to leave her a lovely comment. This picture from Schmoopy's Instagram depicts a tale of dark contentment. Here is how she describes her style.
I feel peace in the silence of the dark, there I can embrace my pain. Walk with its grace, don't need to hide my true face. In the dark, I can see my light, and find my happiness.
He claims to be my biggest fan, or so his wife doth say, but he did send me a picture of himself, styling his looks around my Ava. Knowingly or unknowingly perhaps. I was quite taken aback to say the least. Thank you for this submission, Arnold. You made my day. Well, that's all the fashion quotient we have time for in this episode. Let's move on to the most awaited segment of the show, the Dark Interview.
Having unattended medical problems off late? Use our medical app to call upon a doctor. Doctor app, one app for all your medical fantasies.
Let's proceed to the part where I interview people from Avakin and IMVU. Welcome to the Dark Interview, and today, I have with me here a very special guest, and a lovely creature, Petkin.
Thank you for having me over, Count.
There have been rumors that you like to bite your fans. Who are your tastiest victims?
The crunchy ones.
Being the Petkin of Avakin, do you have owners?
I am the official mascot of the AZP family, and their leader, Rose, is my owner.
I hear rumors that people have to pay you in snacks for your company. How true is that?
Not true. They can also pay me in breakfast, lunch or dinner.
Have you ever tried forming your own werewolf pack?
No. Werewolves are vicious creatures. They scare me.
What do you do in your spare time on Avakin?
I spend time in Petkin Park, talking to other Petkins about the dark secrets of their owners.
Of these four people, whom would you bite, lick, kill or claw? The people being, Sequoia Rose, Ascalixum, Alanis and Product.
I will just jump in all their labs, except for Product, cause she is scary.
You didn't answer the question properly. Petkin does no diplomacy. What's your experience of a full moon night?
Howling at the moon.
What's the cutest thing a fan told you?
That he or she was my biggest fan. It takes courage to say you are overweight, and I have a lot of respect for
With
it.
all the love you receive, I am sure you receive hate as well as most of us do. How do you deal with it?
I respect other people's opinion, even if it doesn't fit with my opinion. People are allowed to have their own opinion about me.
What's your tip to upcoming influencers and players of Avakin?
Be genuine, be creative, be kind, have fun in what you do.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode's Dark interview, with Petkin as my guest tonight. See you in the next episode with another mystery
Can
guest.
I now get the Scooby snacks you told me I would get for doing an interview with you?
Oops. Sorry, we lost the live feed of Petkin's camera due to technical difficulties. See you in the next episode with a new mystery guest. For the last bit, here are a few quick announcements. Firstly, the clan PGT is recruiting members. They have members from around the globe, and they call themselves the Protectors of the Avakin World. To get into this clan, you must message Nef on Instagram. Look out for PGT in the names, to recognize the clan members in public rooms. Also, we have Aspen, who is recruiting members to her newly formed family known as the Nocturne Umbra. Watch out for crescent moons in the names to identify this family in public rooms. Contact details are Aspens_obscurite on Instagram. Aspens_obscurite on Amino. Interested people can also contact on her family's page on Instagram, whose handle is Nocturne_Umbra. Also releasing in the month of July, is Product's new movie, Mutation. The Avakin scene is already buzzing with excitement, so keep the hype right till then. See you in the next episode of the Haunted News Hour. Till then, it's me, Count Dracul, signing off. Hope you had a good time.